Hello. 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 I will be doing. But why do I say my name like that? Anyway. Sorry. I told you can't talk. Hello. Whoa. My mic. Really? Okay. Ooh. Guys, there's a gum on my... I'm gonna deal with that later. Okay. So we've thrown around the word unprecedented the past year. It's synonymous with unfamiliar or unheard of, which is appropriate because many of my or our experiences these past few months have been unfamiliar. Yes, with the worldwide pandemic, but I'm sure you don't want another video about that, so I'll just talk about life. I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't know what to do in a self-tape, even though I'm an acting major. I didn't know what to do with my newfound privilege of being in a place where I could process my trauma, especially now that I had a diagnosis. I didn't know how to function on these new antidepressants. Didn't know how to lean on other people. Didn't even know if I had people to lean on here. So I had a lot of learning to do. And as I finish my final exams, I want to share some of the lessons that I've learned and relearned this semester. Good morning. Let's do this. For self-tapes, prepare. Prepare by reading instructions in detail. It will tell you what you need to memorize. If you need someone reading with you, make sure your background is neutral, nothing distracting at the back. Light is important. I've heard that some people don't even watch your video if the lighting is shit, so make sure that's good. Buy a tall enough tripod, for crying out loud, to avoid having to stack books on tables like I do. We're actually asking my best friend back home to read the lines for me because none of my roommates are awake. Let's call her. Okay. Ano ba? Gusto ko yung may ring light ka. Say hi.
Hi guys, we got from the Philippines.
Nice. Ready ka na ba?
Yeah.
Okay. Tapos yung line sa sunod, makinig ka. Yung line sa sunod. Kaya mo yan. Putang na. Okay. Hello, I'm from How I Met Your Mother. Ulit, kasi tumingin ako sa'yo. Hello, I'm $6 ata to sa Amazon. Pinakamura na yun. 50 lang. Charot.
Guys, respect sa video ni Joy. Okay? Hindi ko kaya yung gawin. With respect.
Check your link before you send it. The last thing you want is not getting a job because the casting director clicked on your link and your video was set to private. You don't want that. And you're gonna be off camera.
But like my voice will be recorded.
Yeah.
Pressure! No! You're doing a good job. Thanks, Joy. Yeah, I appreciate that. You're welcome.
Credits to Madeline Richlick
Woo!
for... What did you do?
What did I do? I carried this performance.
She carried this on her back, everybody.
I don't like showbiz. There's a reason I watch musicals instead of performing them. Oh, there's many reasons.
Buy a mic. It really helps.
Are you a STEM major?
Women. I'm sorry, I'm not a woman in STEM. I'm a fake feminist. Say your name well. Your slate is your first monologue. You're introducing who you are, so say your name and say it short and say it right. Hello, I'm Joy. With all these self-tapes and Zoom calls, I've looked at myself so much more this semester than I probably ever have in my entire life. I have been filled with days of self-loathing and avoiding looking back at my tapes, afraid to come to terms with the fact that I wasn't as body positive about myself as I thought. But I was allowed to exist, and I learned that I am allowed to exist and not have to be pretty all the time. I'm allowed to be thankful for this body without expecting it to be presentable or to look a certain way. Having spent so long in quarantine and 6 feet restrictions, when I got to hug people that first day of the semester, I relearned how touch is so valuable. Valuable until we water it down with ownership and violation and purity culture. Let your touch be comforting, loving, firm, ready for not only those who need you, but for yourself. I've learned to run my hands across my body, my thighs, and appreciate how soft I am. There is an incredible luxury in being able to study art in university. But despite all the craft and technique I spent hours refining, I always have to remember that what communicates most effectively is what's best. My art form, most importantly, is human. Despite the shining lights of the stage and the screen, I have to remember that the goal is honest and believable.
We've been filming and the boys are now up there again.
Yeah. And speaking of honest and human, I relearned that good people will always find you. In Manila, in Minnesota, in Clark, in Utah. My therapist says it's because you're a good person too, but I think it's just because I won the lottery in another life. Good people will help you get through the worst of the worst without even realizing they're helping you.
Ewan McGregor, Nicole Kidman. It's part of the song. Commentary on Moulin Rouge. The woman never wins. It's okay.
So a lot of things were unprecedented, unfamiliar. But I had one thing that was familiar. The support of people who love me, even half a world away. My older sister said in a letter she wrote to me when I was 18 that there is not a doubt in my mind that you will be and achieve great things, no matter which form that greatness will take. And it's been 3 years since that letter, but it's one of my greatest sources of comfort. That I can be my own definition of great is one of the best things I have learned. She said again when I left for Utah, I'm proud of you now. Who you are now before life turns you into something else, and I'll be proud of you then still. Kahit saan ka man mapunta. Kahit saan man ako mapunta. And lastly, this is something my professor said, by the way, but he said it's fine to steal as long as I changed it enough. I learned that not every project leads to the next one. Not every commercial has to lead to a blockbuster movie, so just enjoy it. Not everything needs to be a step up. It can just be a step forward. So step forward. Okay, anyways. Thank you.